Hello, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come again with another information that is very crucial to us. How are you all doing? Hope you are good. We are closer to Biafran freedom than when we started. That is what time does. Okay? I want Biafrans to put their heads together and look very well before you leap. Why do I say so? Because there are so many saboteurs. If you don't look before you leap, you will definitely regret it in this Biafra struggle. All right? And today we have another information, another news. And I want you to please pay attention to this. And please help us to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Today, President Donald Trump has made a proclamation. He said, and I state, he said, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." I repeat, he who saves his country does not violate any law. So in the same vein, when you look at our leader Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency, and the Prime Minister of Biafra as well, His Excellency Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku, it is clear, it is imperative that they have broken no law known to man. Because what they were doing was to defend the land of Biafra, to protect their country, the interest of their country. They placed Biafra first. But somehow the enemies, the intruders, the invaders have come. Nigeria has come, and for 4 years and counting, our leader Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, taken to Nigeria, and he is still languishing in Nigeria. While on the other hand, our Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku, is still being held in Finland. According to their own law, they said they are investigating all sort of things about Simon Ekpa. Even though they've brought no charges against him, but Finland has chosen to skip to the loo of Nigeria. That brought up false accusations against Simon Ekpa. Fellow Biafrans, I want you to be reassured that in Trump's hand and in Trump's time, Biafra will be free. We have 4 years to implement Biafra. We are now in the implementation stage of Biafra in the homeland. And in God's time, in Trump's time, we shall implement. Today, we see what is happening all across Nigeria when it comes to the U.S. aid. Nigeria, all these years, we're getting $1.2 billion from America. Only through the back door we'll have to remit about $400,000 back to those that gave them the loan. That's the criminality happening in Nigeria. But today, President Donald Trump has stopped that nonsense, and no more funding is going to that zoo called Nigeria. Also, the one spearing the PR about the arrest of Simon Ekpa, the one speaking in all the media, the one they call the general, the so-called general of Nigeria, an Islamist, an Islamic man with a Christian name, the one they call Christopher Musa, the so-called CDS. He was the one going about all the media condemning Simon Ekpa, calling him a terrorist, calling him the killer of his people. And over time, every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the media space were calling Simon Ekpa the killer of his people. But today, we thanks to Trump and thanks to Canada, they now know who he is. They know the real terrorist. And today, General Musa was refused access. He was denied visa access to Canada. That should ring a bell in the heads of Finland. that the one who went around painting Simon Ekpa, a Finnish citizen, as a terrorist, today he's been marked, banned, and sanctioned from traveling around the whole world because he is the real terrorist. He is the one killing the Christians. He is the one bringing Islamification and Islamization in Nigeria. I want to call on the whole world to please read the tweet of Donald Trump with me again. He said, and I quote, "We must follow him. Listen. He who saves his country does not violate any law. He who saves his country does not violate any law." Today as we speak, Nnamdi Kanu has saved Biafra from being Islamized. Today as we speak, Simon Ekpa has saved Biafra from the intruders coming to take over our land. Today as we speak, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Arabizi is doing a great job to make sure the land of Biafra is protected. That's what really matters. Forget the naysayers. Hence, I keep on saying this. If it is left to me, I will pitch my tent, the tent of Biafra, on the land, on the shoulders of America. Because Finland has let us down. Finland has let the Biafrans down. If they could go to bed with Nigeria, then we should have nothing to do with Finland. They have let us down. That they held a Finnish citizen without no charges for 3 months. For 3 months. A country in Europe, a country part of the EU, a country advocating for the liberation of Ukraine from Russia, is doing this to a fellow Finnish citizen. Why is that? Is it because he's black? Do you now see the double standard happening in Finland? And what's so funny is Alexander Stubb was a great friend to Simon Ekpa. When it comes to politics, they went into that same political party at the same time range. They were best of friends doing their campaigns together. But today, that same person, that same Alexander Stubb, being the president of Finland, is doing this to Simon Ekpa. Let us sink in. For some of you that think, oh, in Europe, they love you. They are your friends. You assume they love you. Well, the so-called friend of Simon Ekpa is the one incarcerating him without any form of charges brought against him for 3 months in Europe. It is never heard of. That they will hold you in solitary confinement for 3 months without any core evidence against you. It is never heard of. But the so-called friend of Simon Ekpa is the one doing this to Simon Ekpa. Hence, I'm calling out on the Biafran government. Perhaps it is time for us to leave that small country alone. That small country with a very small population called Finland. Perhaps it is time we walk away from Finland and pitch our tent in the home of America, God's own country, a country that has never let the world down. Because today the president of America is the one making the statements. And for the last time I'll repeat it, he said, he who saves his country does not violate any law. Does not violate any law, known to man. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear.